Most people can tell you exactly what a stock is. Ask them what a bond is, and the room goes quiet. That's strange, because bonds aren't some niche investment. They're the largest financial market on earth, bigger than stocks. And not understanding them quietly costs people money every single year. Here's Alex. He's been saving responsibly for 5 years. His savings account pays him a little interest, and that feels safe. But inflation has been quietly eating away at that same money. His groceries cost more. His rent costs more. His dollar buys less. Alex never considered the other option sitting right next to his savings account. A bond is really just a loan written down on paper. You lend money to a government or a company, and they promise to pay you back. Along the way, they pay you interest on a fixed schedule. At the end, you get your original money back in full. That's why bonds from stable governments are considered one of the safest investments that exist. Stocks can swing wildly. Bonds are built to be predictable. Sarah learned this the hard way during a market downturn. Her entire retirement account was sitting in stocks, and nothing was cushioning the fall. A portfolio with bonds inside it wouldn't have dropped nearly as far. Bonds act like a shock absorber when the rest of the market shakes. This is exactly why Mike, who is nearing retirement, leans heavily on bonds. He needs income he can count on, not income that depends on a good year in the market. Stocks are for growth. Bonds are for stability. Smart investors use both, but bonds have one quirk that confuses almost everyone. When interest rates rise, the value of existing bonds falls. Why? Because nobody wants your old bond paying 3% when new ones pay 5%. So your bond's price drops to stay competitive in the market. But here's the part most people miss. If you hold that bond to the end, none of that matters. You still get your full original amount back, plus every interest payment along the way. The price swings only matter if you sell early. Patience is the entire trick. Not all bonds are the same either. Government bonds are typically the safest, backed by the full weight of the country. Corporate bonds usually pay more because companies carry more risk than governments. Municipal bonds often come with valuable tax advantages for everyday investors. The rule across all of them stays the same. Higher returns almost always mean higher risk. Experienced investors use a strategy called a bond ladder to manage this. Instead of one bond, they buy several with different maturity dates, spaced out like steps. Some money becomes available every year, while the rest keeps earning interest. It's how Sarah rebuilt her portfolio after the crash, with steadier footing this time. Now let's go back to Alex and what 10 years actually look like for him. If Alex leaves $10,000 in a basic savings account for 10 years, it grows, but slowly. The same $10,000 in a steady bond earning a bit more interest finishes meaningfully ahead. It's not a dramatic difference. It's a quiet one. And quiet differences add up over decades. Future Alex isn't rich because of one lucky bet. He's comfortable because of small, boring decisions made early. Money left to sit alone in cash quietly cracks under inflation. Money spread between stocks and bonds tends to grow into something sturdier. You don't need to choose only one. The goal is balance, not perfection. Understanding bonds doesn't make you a Wall Street expert. It just means fewer decisions are made out of confusion. Stocks might get the headlines, but bonds are quietly doing the work most people never notice. So here's the simple version, if you remember nothing else. A bond is lending money, collecting interest, and getting repaid on a schedule you can actually plan around. It's not exciting. It's not designed to be. It's designed to be there when everything else isn't. Alex still has time to make this small adjustment, and so does almost everyone watching this. Money doesn't usually fail people with one big mistake. It fails them with years of not knowing this. Now you know one more piece of how money actually works. That puts you ahead of where you started 5 minutes ago.